Hi, I'm Lincoln, and I have autism. And I'm here to answer answer what it's like for me to have autism. Now, what is my favourite thing? Well, I think you can see it's quite obvious. Look behind you. Look behind me. And look all around. What you see right there is my Transformers collection, my pride and joy. What do I like about me? Okay, what do I like about my autism? Well, for one, my autism allows me to be open about a number of subjects, namely subjects that not really many people would be interested in. I can talk for hours about, say, my favorite Transformer or my favorite episode of He-Man. I can go on for hours about those subjects. But when it comes to important subjects that other people expect me to talk about, they often find themselves saying, "That's not the question wanted you to answer," and we kind of tend to get into rows. Now, what don't I like about my autism? Well, here's the thing. I like to understand people. I don't like to be in the. I don't like to constantly be in the dark and be in the dark or forever not know what anyone is talking about. Not my family, not my friends, not even the people who are supposed to be educating me. I mean, it's weird. I'm pretty sure people like me must have gone through this cycle once or twice in their entire lives. Trust me, it can get very irritating. If I had one wish in this world, if I were to be comedic, more Transformers, please. Nah, but seriously, my one wish is for people like me to be, taken seriously instead of being treated like a punchline. I don't like to be treated like a punchline. I don't like to be treated like an invalid just because I have autism. I'm. It's like what people. Sorry. It's like what I said in my book. Don't fix me. I'm not broken. Don't expect me to do things that everyone else can do, but I can't. Which is why you probably won't be seeing me kicking around a ball. And to be honest, I actually like being able to collect Transformers. Talk about the stuff that I like. I don't like to talk about subjects that, quite frankly, don't interest me. Now, my last thing. What I would like to what would people like to know about autism? If you just take away, if you take away autism, the stigma of autism, people with autism are just like anybody else. Sure, some of us might get on each other's nerves, but we are people too, and we like to be treated equally. We like to be treated as if we have a brain in our skulls. I don't want to be, I don't want to be talked down to like I'm still a child. I think it's quite obvious. I think it's quite obvious by now that. Never mind. It's just my favorite. Oh, sorry. If I have one favorite thing, if I have one favorite thing in the world, it's writing. I love to write. I love to come up with many different. No, I love to come up with different stories. I love to think of new ideas. I like to think of myself as someone who doesn't really think inside a box, and that's. I guess you can consider it one of the positive things about autism is that I don't tend to think inside one box. I tend to be open-minded, but I find it extremely beneficial to my writing style, and to my I hope that one day I'll become a writer. One of the things I love about oh sorry, no, not love. One of the things I like about my autism. Not my autism. One of the things I like about autism is that one of the things I like about my autism is that I don't find is that it allows me to think outside the box. I know at this point I'm basically repeating myself about the writing stage. No, but this also applies to my beliefs, to what I find to be right or wrong, what I find in my taste buds, what I like to eat, what I like to drink, or what I like to do on a daily basis. Sometimes I tend to operate. Operate on a. Sometimes I tend to operate via a list of a schedule, which is to keep me a schedule to keep me organized. It's just something I like to do because it keeps my head in order and it keeps me focused. Now we get to the multi-million-dollar question. What don't I like about my autism? Pick one. Nah, I'm kidding. But perhaps the most frustrating part about my autism is that I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. Usually when I find something wrong or when I think I've made a mistake, I tend to scrap what I'm doing and just say, screw it, I'm just going to do it over again. And do it over again. It's a very frustrating process, but sometimes you just have to put up with it in order to do the best you can. You know the saying I basically coined, make good art no matter what. And even if I have to scrap some of my mistakes, I like to think it works for my philosophy. What I want people to know about autism is that it doesn't change a person. If someone has autism, it doesn't make them different. It doesn't make them. It doesn't make them different or doesn't make them a freak. That person is still the same person. Or, in my case, I would argue, better. Better. Autism is not a disease. It's not a mental condition, it's not a mental illness. It's not a mental illness. In fact, some of my best friends have autism. We are people. Like you, and probably like you. Thanks. Bottom line, you know the old saying, labels are for soup cans. This is Lincoln, signing out.